Our Nation Sports Show. Tonight, we break down all of the action from Week 12 in the National Football League. From all of us here on the Sports Show and the Nation's Corner crew, we hope that you all had a happy Thanksgiving with family and friends. Once again, another close weekend of games in the NFL, including the game of the week between the Buffalo Bills and the Philadelphia Eagles. We also bring to you the latest breaking news in the world of sports, including the news on Monday, the firing of Carolina Panthers head coach Frank Reich. Plus, we bring to you our Week 13 prediction battles and more. It's showtime.
Turn me up. Turn me up. Turn me up. Turn me up.
From the good up to the court, talking all that is sport, breaking down the latest news, scores, and more. Welcome to our Nation Sports Show.
All right, here we go. We are live, and it is time once again. It is our Nation Sports Show. What's going on, everybody? I am Ezra Vickery here, and welcome to the show. It is a wonderful Tuesday, which means it is sports. We talk, and guess what? You wanted the best? Well, you got the best. When it comes to the world of sports, our Nation Sports Show is that. We thank you guys for joining us this week, as we always do, and we're glad to have you aboard. Of course, you can interact with us multiple ways right now during the show, of course, on the youtube.com/Our Nation Sports Show. Follow us there. Don't forget to go to our Owen_Sports Show on Twitter, Facebook.com/Our Nation Sports Show, and Instagram.com/Our Nation Sports Show. Those are the ways you can interact with us from this show, and also interact with us off air as well. And our individual social media, of course, is all posted in the graphics and in our description in this video, so you can follow us there as well. Don't forget to follow the Nation's Corner on their social medias, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and of course the YouTube at the Nation's Corner, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific on Saturdays, as they go over the world of professional wrestling. And what a hell of a weekend it was in the world of pro wrestling, with the return of two greats, the Legend Killer Randy Orton and the best in the world, CM Punk. And it's going to be a great week to talk pro wrestling. Of course, they will take care of that this week. And of course, they also have an exclusive interview as well that they will be doing live on the show as well. Check that out, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, Nation's Corner show, all things pro wrestling on YouTube. Also, don't forget to follow at 2Sweet Cosplay across all socials. We're kind of taking a little bit of a break, as many of you know, the Chicago Con scene is kind of on a little bit of a break because of the winter weather. We start back up next month, March, with some of us heading to Days of the Dead Con, March 24th to the 26th, I believe, or 27th. Also the return, possible C2E2 news, possibly coming within the next month or so. So keep an eye on our social media for more info. All right, now that I got the plugs out of the way and tired of being a shill for my own brand, let's go ahead and get going, because we got a lot to get into, and the four-headed monster is here this week. Of course, I'm back from a little bit of hiatus, or not hiatus, but a break due to schedule change at my job, but now I'm here. So let's bring in a four-headed monster here, and it starts off with the leader of the Niner gang himself, Mr. KR, Kevin Rory. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, everybody? I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Very happy Thanksgiving. Hope everybody stayed safe over the weekend and enjoyed some football and didn't do too much Black Friday shopping. But I know I didn't do too much. But great week of sports, great week of football, great games, some not so great games Monday night. But I digress. Anyway, let's go.
Oh, I did too much Black Friday shopping. I can tell you that, man. Fuck. Thank God I got a holiday check to recoup some of this. But I got of course we got with us the lead commander of the Commanders fan base, my good buddy JT Joey Thornton. What's going on, dude?
What is up, everybody? Hope everybody's having an amazing and awesome Tuesday evening. And if you're like all of us here on the sports show, I hope you guys are trying your best to stay warm because it is definitely a cold one out there. But like Kevin said, I hope everyone had a very happy Thanksgiving. Hope all of you had a great time with family, friends, whoever you wanted to hang out with. And also, if you're like everybody here at the sports show, I hope you found something better to do than watch that boring Monday night game last night, because now it's hard to say which game was worse. The game last night or the Broncos and Colts from last year. But I digress about both games. But anyways, let's go.
But at least the team that is the bottom barrel of the division beat one of the top teams in our division. So guess what? Win-win on that one. Fuck everybody else. Anyways, we'll talk about that a little bit. And of course, we got my heavy metal brother, as always, from North Carolina. Guy who is more complex than a Neil Peart drum solo. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome my boy, Big Stevie Wyatt. What's up, man?
I love how complex that introduction was, comparing me to Neil Peart at times. I mean, hey, I can be a little complex at times. I mean, I can be progressive with my mindset sometimes. I'm all over the place. But and so are we as sports fans and wrestling fans and all good things in life. And what was not good with some of these games this past weekend in the NFL, and like everybody has said, I hope that you all had a happy Thanksgiving with your family and your close friends. And there were several teams that did not have a happy Thanksgiving weekend. And there was a certain team that did not have a happy Thanksgiving. Well, a couple of teams. But we're going to get to that right now. Let's go.
Absolutely. We're going to get right into it. But, of course, we got other sports more than just the NFL to talk about. We got to get into some of the other sports, and that includes the NBA with some pretty big news that dropped over the past couple of days, including some news that dropped today. That was a little concerning, but we'll get into that in a moment. Right now, a couple of updates from this. Right here, the big one is the allegations against Thunder God Josh Giddey. It was being reported that there was there were allegations going around that he was having an inappropriate relationship with an underage girl. So
Wow.
he practiced today, and he has declined to make any further statements until this is resolved. So this is huge for not only the organization but also for Giddey himself, because if this comes out to be true, this could be potentially career threatening news.
Very much so. I mean, this is not good press, for this young man. I mean, young career in the NBA, just getting really started, and this could be the end of his career, just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be. And if I'm not mistaken, even though the charges have now since been dropped, this happened to another player, but not specifically in the NBA, the NFL, because I'm not sure if you guys might remember the name Matt Araiza, who was the punter from San Diego State.
Yes.
Who played for the Buffalo Bills last year, who got accused of that relationship with a younger age girl, but now the charges have since been dropped, but it still took a toll on him because as of right now, even though he's had tryouts and warm-ups with different teams, he has not landed an NFL contract.
Nope.
And that's partially, I think, because it would be the same thing with Josh Giddey if all charges were clear with him, is that a lot of teams are afraid to sign him because of the backlash from the fan base. That's why you see a lot of wrestlers who are a part of the speaking out movement, while a lot of the wrestlers who either have been rightly accused or falsely accused have not landed jobs in pro wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I could name shit ton of names: Travis Banks, Marty Skrull, freaking, a lot of the wrestlers from who got hit with those things. A lot of people won't take risks on them, whether the charges have been dropped, whether it's been real, whether it's been 2-3 years since then, whatever the case may be, and understandably so. This is a very serious, very, very serious situation. And, if the female victim was impacted or whatever, or maybe maybe it was consensual, but it doesn't matter. It's still not only unlawful, but it's also an issue with the code of conduct when you sign that contract with the NBA or any sports organization that requires you to have a sense of accountability for yourself in a situation like that.
Right.
So with that being said, going forward, we'll find out what happens.
Yep.
But some other news to get into, CJ McCollum plans to take part in a shoot-around Wednesday, and he could return to action as early as tonight against the visiting Sixers if all goes well. He's, of course, been recovering from that collapsed lung he suffered back on November 4th.
Bless you!
Shoosh. Let's see. Other news to get into is Grizzlies are signing Shaquille Harrison and Jalen Noel to 10-day hardship contracts. Or they have signed them to that, shall we say.
What's up, William? How you doing, sir?
William, what's going on, brother? What's going on, sir? Hope you're having a good day. The NBA has its first in-season tournament quarterfinalist, the Indiana Pacers. And as we wait right now for tonight's games and tomorrow's games, we're waiting to see how many more 150-plus performances the Pacers will put out.
Well, keep in mind the Lakers have also qualified for the quarterfinals.
Even though they got destroyed by over 40 points last night, which is hysterical. Yeah. But look, that's a team, a lot of people don't talk about the Pacers, and that team is something else. Tyrese Halliburton has been a fucking star. And, really he caught my attention, not even in a fucking basketball setting. It was when he interviewed Bailey at the SummerSlam press conference back when they were at the Indiana Pacers home court. Yeah. And when it came down to it, these guys have scored what? These guys have scored in 5 or 6 games, 7 games in a row, and at almost 140 point average. That's insanity.
Crazy.
That's insanity that a team is scoring that much, and that, it shouldn't be that way. Obviously, it should be more when it comes to team. Obviously, it's what happens when nobody plays defense, but I digress. But look, I can give the Pacers all the credit in the world on that. They've been playing out of their minds, and Halliburton's been one of the key components, and he's done a great job. And congratulations to them on making the quarterfinals, the first team to do so for the in-season tournament. Speaking of the NBA, there was some other news that broke, and that is that the Hornets, LaMelo Ball, shall we say, is expected to miss multiple weeks with a right ankle sprain. It's the same ankle that he fractured last season. That, according, of course, to ESPN. So, let's see. Other NBA news to get into real quick before we move on, or before I look at the games and give you those real quick. Jimmy Butler will not play tonight against the Milwaukee Bucks. He's dealing with an ankle injury as well. LeBron has set a minute mark in the worst loss of his career.
What, not walking off the court?
This is right here. Nobody has spent more time on an NBA court in playing games than LeBron James. He has logged 66,319 minutes in his career. passing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Also, that game he played was the largest loss in his entire career with any team.
Insane how long he's been in the league and he hasn't had a loss that bad, other than last night. Crazy.
Yeah, that's happens when your team blows, but I digress.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, that's right. Tonight is also real quick and to take a little detour, college football playoff top 25 reveal.
Yep.
Which I have actually just looked at the rankings because that's what I was actually watching on my phone just a few seconds ago.
Yep.
And the new rankings have been revealed. Georgia, Georgia is still at number 1, which is no surprise there.
Yep.
Michigan has moved up to number 2.
Not surprised.
Let me take a look and see just to make sure. It looks like Washington has moved up to number 3. Florida State has moved up to number 4. Oregon is number 5. And Ohio State, by virtue of their loss Saturday to Michigan,
Yep.
has now dropped to number 6.
Yep.
So, all I gotta say is one thing.
What?
By virtue of me being an Alabama fan, my eyes are going to be glued to either an actual TV screen or my phone Saturday at 4 o'clock because I want us to beat Georgia so that way we can cause utter freaking chaos among this playoff committee.
You never know.
Yep, you never know what's going to happen.
I want us to cause utter freaking chaos.
Of course you do.
Yes, sir.
Of course you do. And to get on the slate of games for tonight, in the world of the NBA, to get back to NBA, we got the in-season tournament still going on. We got the Charlotte Hornets taking on the Knicks. We got the Bucks taking on the Heat. As we said earlier, Jimmy Butler will not play. The Hawks taking on Cleveland. The Raptors taking on the Nets. Bulls taking on the Celtics. Thunder taking on Minnesota. Houston will take on Dallas. And Golden State faces off with the Kings.
Interesting.
Yep, all those games tonight. Check your local listings on where those games will be found on your local TV market. And of course, those are all in-season tournament matches, and also, of course, regular NBA, games that count towards season records.
Yep.
But should be some pretty interesting matchups tonight. And that's pretty much it I have for too much NBA news. There wasn't much, according to NBA and of course Adrian Wojnarowski. But moving on to, I guess we're going to move on to, I don't think there was anything in the world of Major League Baseball today. Was there, Joey? With it being kind of off now because of, oh, there is some news. Cody Bellinger and Liam Hendriks were both named the NBA's Comeback Players of the Year.
Liam Hendriks, I can definitely understand because the dude was battling cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Let's see here. Also, real quick, let's see. As far as Cody Bellinger, he had 2 injury-prone seasons. Yeah, so it was just mainly a career bounce back for him.
Yeah, basically.
Where he was just in a slump where Hendricks was battling a devastating disease and almost in, something that could have ended his playing career and his life at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, what's going on soon will be the sweepstakes to get Shohei Ohtani. It's one of the biggest things. According to a report, it says that Shohei Ohtani is above all other options for this team. So
we shall see about that.
We shall
I
see
mean,
where
Shohei Ohtani, he's been linked to several MLB teams, ranging from the Giants to the Dodgers to the Red Sox, heck, even to the Braves. Which, me personally, I would love for us to get Shohei Ohtani. But only,
Mm-hmm.
but the only problem is, I don't think we're gonna have the cap space to sign him.
No.
Yeah, that is a big issue. Okay, here's some news. And we're gonna switch off. But before we're gonna switch off from NBA, and we're gonna go straight into our favorite topic, the NFL. We got and of course, a lot of NFL news. And one of the biggest news is the 25 modern day semifinalists have been announced for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And of course, this whittles down throughout the rest of the year, all the way into next year, as we find out who's going to be in it. Here are some of the and here are the 25 finalists. You have Eric Allen, Jared Allen,
Nice.
of course, the former
Nice.
Minnesota Viking, which I know him from there. Willie Anderson, Tiki Barber,
Oh,
Ooh, running back.
nice.
Anquan Bolden,
Ooh.
Whoa, former good
Okay.
receiver. Wow.
former 49er,
And Raven
Yep.
and Cardinal.
Former 49er.
Jahiri Evans, yep. London Fletcher,
Okay.
London Fletcher, former Bill and former Redskin.
Yeah.
White Freeney,
Oh, nice.
Antonio Gates,
Nice. He should
Oh,
get in.
yes.
Yes.
Eddie George,
Ooh, former Titan running back.
James Harrison,
The former
Who-
Steeler.
Who can forget about the famous 100-yard pick six back in the Super Bowl against Arizona?
Yep.
Yep, I remember that very well. Rodney Harrison,
Ooh.
Ooh, Rodney Harrison, former Patriot.
of
Yep.
course, my boy Devin Hester,
Oh,
Yeah.
One of the best kick returners in the history of NFL football.
I go baby,
Yep.
Torrey Holt,
Former Ram. Nice.
Oh,
Greatest show on
former
turf.
Ram.
Nice.
Andre Johnson,
Yes.
Oh, yes. I mean, I know Andre Johnson made a bunch of amazing plays throughout his career, but the one thing that me personally I will remember him for was that brawl with Cortland Finnegan on the field.
Yes.
Robert
Robert Mathis,
up.
Okay.
Robert
Wait,
Mathis,
who else did you say?
Robert Mathis,
Oh, yeah. Another
Julius
former Colt.
Peppers,
Ooh. Okay.
One of the few players that the Panthers can call one of their old modern day heroes.
Yep, it was great having him for a while in Chicago too. Steve Smith Sr.,
Yes.
Nice.
Fred Taylor,
And too bad the Panthers ain't never going to be that relevant again.
Nope.
yep, Fred Taylor,
Which is awfully kind of sad, Steve, since they're your favorite team.
No.
ah,
Never.
Yeah.
Hines Ward,
Ooh.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Ricky Waters,
Okay.
Okay.
Reggie Wayne,
Ooh, former
Former
Colt.
Colt.
Vince Wilfork,
Oh Lord.
Oh, God. That fat turd.
Patrick Willis,
What you talking about, Willis?
Oh, Patrick Willis. You know, that's one of Kevin's bros right there.
Yup.
yes,
From his days in San Fran.
and Darren Woodson.
Okay.
Aaron Woodson. Nice.
Nice.
Nice. I think he was a former Packer, I believe.
He was. Yes.
Darren Woodson? No.
No,
No, you're thinking of Charles Woodson.
Charles
Charles
Woodson.
Woodson.
Yeah.
Yes, Charles Woodson. That's right.
Yeah, Darren Woodson was a Dallas Cowboy
Oh,
from 92 to 03.
Ugh.
part of the part of those Super Bowl teams.
Haha.
Yeah, when he actually could win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jesus.
By the way, I about lost it when Kevin posted that picture of Dolly Parton in the Cowboys cheerleader uniform on the chat. My God. That was
You know, the
freaking
Carolina
brutal.
Panthers, let's get right into it. The Carolina Panthers announced yesterday they fired Frank Reich.
Sell the team. Delete the franchise.
As Tobin Ulrich said in the movie Some Kind of Monster, I think this should be deleted. For those of you who don't know who Tobin Ulrich is, he is the father of Metallica drummer Lars Ulrich. Story is that they were recording a song Temptation, which was supposed to be on Saint Anger. And he was in the room, and Lars asked his dad, Tobin, who's, by the way, a famous tennis player, very much so, famous tennis player from Denmark. And he asked him, hey, what do you think of Temptation? He goes, I think this song should be deleted. So that's why I say that the Carolina Panthers should be deleted. But Frank Reich, this whole organization is a joke. It's ridiculous. It's become the punchline of the NFL to a lot of people.
You thought the Browns was the punchline?
1-10 on the season, absolute shit everywhere, and it's just insane. Kevin, I know you want to fire off on this because I know you're waiting. Go ahead.
No, this has got to be the worst situation in the NFL, and every aspect of what you're looking at, it's the worst situation. Have no draft picks because the Bears own your picks. You have no superstars because you traded them for a bag of chips. You have no cap space because you are paying Matt Rule to sit on his fat ass at Nebraska and coach Brock Purdy's little brother. You're paying him to go to college and coach Brock Purdy's little brother at Nebraska. Yep. You have no weapons. You got a 35-year-old retirement receiver as your number one weapon in Adam Thielen. Your defense is fixable and it's okay, but you're going through coaches because your owner David Tepper can't get his fucking soccer team out of his face long enough to make a move to even hire the right coach or an offensive coordinator or an offense or a draft pick or a quarterback. Hell, I don't even think they got the right water boy on the team. I mean, every part of this fucking team needs help. So all the way down to the water boy. Even the showers ain't working, I'm sure, because of David Tepper. Probably didn't pay the water bill, freaking cheapskate.
Here, sir, but you have insufficient funds.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Good day, sir.
It's like that AOL discount. Do you shut AOL off? Goodbye.
Anyways,
yeah. Other news to come out of the NFL is that some news that dropped today, not good for Colts fans, and that is that Jonathan Taylor will be unfortunately undergoing thumb surgery and will be missing the next few weeks, which is a big blow to the Colts after just getting back Jonathan Taylor a little over 2 weeks ago after the contract dispute between him and Jim Irsay in the front office. Now, Jonathan Taylor, who's been back and has been on a little bit of a roll lately, is now going to have to sit out once again, this time due to an injury.
Yep.
It's a big blow to the Colts and their offense. So, and they're already dealing with injury news, not having Anthony Richardson. I think they lost one or two other players for the season. They got Gardner Minshew as their backup, or as their starter right now, who's the backup. Who's playing pretty decent. So unfortunately, another blow to the organization as far as injuries go. And of course, other news. Real quick. Of course, now I'm going through Adam Schefter's timeline. Oh, Justin Jefferson has been activated from injured reserve today.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Finally.
Yeah,
Finally.
Finally, I'll get to plug him into my fantasy lineup for week 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could actually win a fantasy game.
Yeah, I'm actually at the top people without Justin Jefferson, so
Pretty good.
There you go. There you go.
Of course, Aaron Rodgers was on fucking Pat McAfee's show like he is every day of the week. Not saying that the bad against Pat, just that Aaron Rodgers has nothing to do. And Aaron Rodgers said that any potential return this season will depend on both his health and the Jets' playoff possibilities.
Well, if they keep
In
on
other
losing,
words,
they're not going to do it.
Exactly. In other words, Aaron Rodgers saying if it's a scrap, fuck y'all. I'll be back next year. I ain't wasting my time.
Back next year? I'm surprised he don't retire next year.
Yeah, he's gonna have his AARP membership next year. He's gonna be working all retirement.
The only problem is his AARP doesn't cover darkness retreats.
Well, he'll at least have his Medicare. That would cover some of the expenses.
He'll have 4 more plays in his future.
Oh, and by the way, I got to call this out. And we talked about this on the pre-show. And that is that, according to the Minnesota Vikings, they're going to evaluate their quarterback position during their upcoming bye week. Okay, why are you evaluating this situation when your quarterback had one bad loss? Your quarterback, Josh Dobbs, he's done pretty well since Kirk Cousins went down with that torn Achilles. I can't say nothing bad about the guy.
Nope.
The guy's played pretty decent. He's had some good plays. He's played well. He's composed in the pocket. He doesn't, panic. The guy's very confident. Here's the thing. Why are you evaluating the quarterback situation after one bad loss? The guy is good for what he is right now. Obviously, Kirk Cousins is not going to be back until next season, so this is the next best thing. But why are you already hitting the panic button after a loss? Yes, it was to the Bears. Yes, it was to your division rivals. And yes, it was to the team that's dead last in your division and close to near dead last in the NFL. But that's besides the point. The point is, after one loss, you're already going, we may have to switch to our backup or the backup or whatever. Give me a fucking break. The guy did nothing. The guy did nothing but play decent. He had one bad game, and all of a sudden now it's like, oh no, dude, fuck off for real.
Exactly.
It's just stupidity. Give me a break. He's done better than most fucking starting quarterbacks in the league now. This guy doesn't even need this job. He's an aerospace engineer who probably makes more in 1 week. He makes more in 1 month than most of us make in a year.
Yes.
The guy doesn't need this job. He could easily walk away and go back to aerospace engineering without even blinking. But this guy loves the game of football so much that he's putting his heart towards it, and that he wants to be a good quarterback, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's helping the Vikings out to the best of his ability. While some games, yes, have been better than others, he still has played more decent than most people in his situation. So I don't understand why the Vikings are hitting the panic button so early. To me, that just, if he lost 2 or 3 games in a row, I could see that, and they were big losses, like getting blown out and having multiple. Like, yes, he threw 4 interceptions. Yes, it was a bad game, but that doesn't constitute possibly benching him for somebody else.
Exactly.
It's 1 game. He didn't blow 3 games. I don't know what you guys think of it, but I don't know.
It's ridiculous. I mean, just hell, look at the Buffalo Bills, and we'll get to that one. I mean, Josh Allen has had multiple weeks in this season where he's thrown games away. What about him?
I agree.
Zach Wilson has had multiple games with the Jets where he's been god-awful. What about him? Oh, wait, you've already benched him.
Yeah. Not only did you bench him, you put him all the way back in the 3rd quarterback spot. Like, you don't even put him as a backup. You put him all the way back at number 3. Like, to me, even look, and Zach Wilson, I will agree, is not the best quarterback in the league, and he's had struggles beyond struggles. but there's no way you put him back all the way at number 3. Maybe the backup, yes. Let him sit a few weeks, see what happens. You can always, but all the way back at number 3, give me a fucking break. That's once again another stupid decision. But then again, what am I? What do I know? I don't play the game. So, Joey, you got anything to add to this?
Yeah, the Vikings, they are making a mistake right now because if Kevin O'Connell thinks that either Jaron Hall or Nick Mullins will be the starting quarterback going forward, he's pretty much telling the team, you know what, guys? We're just going to tank the rest of the year. Try again next year. Because that's exactly what he's doing right now. I mean, keep in mind, yes, Dobbs did have a rough game last night. He did. But keep in mind that this is also the same Josh Dobbs who, not even having one practice session with the team when he got acquired, goes out and has the game of his life. Not even having one practice. He goes out and plays one of the best games he's ever had in his career. So, O'Connell is turning the tables the wrong direction. Because Jaron Hall, Jaron Hall and Nick Mullins, who, of course, Mullins has more experience, just a tad bit more experience from his days playing in San Francisco. But Hall and Mullins combined, they are not as good as Josh Dobbs is right now. It's almost like these Carolina Panther fans, whenever Jake Delhomme was their quarterback, saying, oh, Jake Delhomme's going to be the best thing that's ever happened to us. Delhomme is the man. Delhomme is a monster. Nobody can stop him. He has one bad playoff game where he throws 5 interceptions in that ugly loss to Arizona several years ago. And people are immediately jumping on social media saying, oh, Delhomme is awful. Why do we have him? Yada, yada, yada. And I was just like, people, football is a game. You win some and you lose some.
Exactly.
But you don't need to rat on a quarterback just because he has a bad game. Not all quarterbacks are going to throw for 300, 350, 400 plus yards in the game and have 3, 4, 5 touchdown passes a game. It's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. Not even if your name is Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, or Patrick Mahomes.
Exactly. Simple. All of the greats have had bad games.
I agree. Moving on from that is that former Eagles defensive end Derek Barnett has been claimed today by the Houston Texans off of waivers. Mm-hmm. So Texans adding a little bit of depth to their defensive core. So,
hey, I also got a little bit of news. I don't know if you were getting into it, Ezra, but the Colts released their former All-Pro defensive end / linebacker Shaquille Leonard, who is visiting today with the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles next week.
Oh, yes. Actually, it was at the top. I just scrolled past it for a second. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he is. Yep, he got released from the Colts, and he's visiting two great teams. So we'll see what happens.
Yep.
Somebody could add a great player to their depth chart. So we'll see what happens. So right here, Myles Garrett is considered day-to-day with the shoulder injury that he sustained Sunday against the Denver Broncos. The surgery, Joe Burrow had surgery on his wrist today, and everything went as planned. They said he should be good to go for next season.
Good deal.
So, the Panthers have also fired assistant head coach, running back coach Deuce Staley, and have fired Josh McCown.
Let's get rid of everybody.
Find a water boy. Well, you know what? The Josh McCown is deserving because Bryce Young has probably had as much growth in the NFL as his fucking height at 5'9". Jesus Christ. He's the same way with his NFL growth. It's grown just about the same. Like, yeah, what kind of quarterback coach are you?
A head coach has been fired during his first season in 3 straight years. Urban Meyer at Jacksonville, Nathaniel Hackett at Denver, and Frank Reich in Carolina.
The give just keeps on giving, huh?
Yes, and keep in mind that Frank Reich is now also the first coach in NFL history to be fired by an NFL team in back-to-back years. Yeah, because don't forget, he got fired last year whenever he was the coach of the Colts.
Jesus.
He's awful. Awful.
Yeah, but the real question is, when is Carolina going to get rid of the worst problem of them all? And by that, I mean owner David Tepper.
The moment he steals the team, I'm afraid, because
Yeah, because I mean,
you can't fire nobody if you're the boss.
Yep.
I saw something on Facebook. Kevin, I'm not sure if you're the one that shared it or not, but it said that David Tepper bought the team back in 2018.
Yeah, I shared that.
And at that time, the Panthers were 6-2. Ever since
He
then,
got
the
Cam
Panthers are
Newton
on
hurt, they went
24-61.
Oof.
Yep.
Not good. Not
And
good.
not to mention all the superstars they just handed out for free, like we've discussed, like I just said. Christian McCaffrey for a bag of chips. DJ Moore. They literally turned Cam Newton upside down into a freaking circus. Like, he went from MVP to circus show all in different ownerships. Incredible.
Yeah, instead of performing with great quarterbacks and running backs, now he's performing with the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey.
Yeah.
But
essentially.
Other news, real quick. Chris Olave from the Saints is currently being evaluated for a concussion after Sunday. He was knocked out of the game due to a concussion. And Mac Jones, who?
Oh my God!
He got replaced once again by Bailey Zappi.
The fourth time he has been benched this year.
Yep.
For this season alone.
Fucking awful.
Bill Belichick's like, can I retire now?
And you know what's great is the reporter asked him in the press conference, "Hey, Mac, do you realize that you've been benched for 4 times?" Yeah, I didn't do good. Yeah, no kidding, dude. You did awful.
Yeah. He's like. So how many more months do I have? Right? Yeah. Usually,
How many more weeks do you have?
Bill Belichick is just counting down the days until he could just walk off into the sunset with his Super Bowl rings and ball deflator.
And his cameras.
And his camera said he'll have to take that with him on the way out the door. Speaking of quarterbacks, and we were talking about this earlier, Baker Mayfield is now injured, and he'll be replaced by Kyle Trask.
Jesus Christ, former Florida Gator.
God.
Jeez.
Like, I don't know who that is, but good luck to him. Let's see. Any other news to get to? Let's see here. Oh yeah, we gotta real quick. I'm not gonna go through everything once again. I'm gonna check real quick, see what's going on. Really nothing too extravagant. But yeah, look at this. Here's something that not NFL related but college football related. Big injury happened. Michigan standout Zach Zinter suffered a broken tibia and fibula during that win a couple days ago over Ohio State and underwent surgery.
Kevin, you know about that injury all too well, my brother. It's not a good injury.
No.
Gruesome injury.
No, not at all.
Let's
But
see.
there is one piece of news that I'm not sure if you've seen it or not, but it is the beginning of happy times for every fan of the Washington Commanders, including myself, because we have finally fired defensive coordinator Jack Del Rio.
Oh, yeah, that is right.
Yep.
I was gonna say what happened. Is
Finally.
the season finally over?
We finally got rid of his butt.
I was gonna say what happened. You guys are happy. What is the season finally over?
No. But we also fired defensive backs coach Brent Visselmeyer, which I have no idea who that was. But rumors are also going around that Josh Harris is going to fire Ron Rivera at the end of the year.
Not surprised.
You should have been fired a while back. To be honest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, other injury news. Here we go. Jalen Phillips from the Dolphins, linebacker, tore his Achilles this past week.
All these Achilles injuries, man.
Yep.
All these injuries.
Way too many of them. And that's pretty much it on big news. Of course, we talked about Joe Burrow. We just talked about the firing of Jack Del Rio. So really, outside of that, nothing. Let's go over the games from this past week real quick. Of course, also don't forget we got to let people know it's at 8:15 Eastern. Our boy, the host of Smoking in the Bay, Hijacker Mike, will be joining us live to give his picks for the NFL.
Yep.
For this week. So we're excited to have Hijacker back on the show. Once again, he's been gone for a few weeks due to work commitments. So he'll be back. Can't wait to have him. Let's talk about it. Of course, we had the Thursday game, the Thanksgiving Day game. The first one, the Packers edging out the Lions 29-22.
Lions laying eggs.
Yep. And turkeys.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's not too often you see the Lions losing the game right now, but I guess you know what the old saying goes, or how the old saying goes. Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Lion going lion.
Hey, the great news is the Packers are still 5-6 and they still suck. So there you go.
Yeah, Jordan Love just had a lucky game. That's all it is.
The other game that happened on Thanksgiving is your Commanders getting blown out.
Not talking about that one. Next.
Now you know how I feel as a Bears fan getting blown out by teams.
Not talking about that one. Next.
Welcome to my world, the world of Red Bull. Let's go. And the other game was the 49ers and the Seahawks.
Christ, this game. I mean, Seattle got absolutely demolished in the first quarter. I mean, was it like 159 yards to nothing in the first quarter?
-2. It was 159 to -2. It literally went backwards. All I got to say is, you know what? I told everybody, and I'll say it again. I'm not saying Seattle's bad by no stretch, but they were overhyped. They're not on the 49ers level. They're not close to that elite status, and that Thursday night's game just proved that. Turkey wasn't the only thing that was getting carved up at Birdwise Thursday as the Seahawks got carved up. If it wasn't for a lucky-ass punt return or kick return that got them the first field goal that Seattle did, and that lucky-ass tipped around 4 times pick six they got, Seattle would have had 0 points. It would have been 31-0. Their offense scored how many? Nothing. Nada. 0. None. And this defense shut out Seattle's offense. The addition of Chase Young, holy smokes. This defense has 16 sacks in the last 3 games with Chase Young. He's opening everything up, freeing Fred Warner and Drake Greenlaw up to make plays, and it seems like for this 49ers team, it's a new weapon every week that's breaking out. We've seen
Mhm.
Tampa Bay, Brandon Ayuk go for 160 and 2 touchdowns. We've seen the next week, Jacksonville the week before, George Kittle go for 160 and a touchdown. Now we see Christian McCaffrey doing Christian McCaffrey things. 140 or 160 scrimmage yards, touchdown, 2 touchdowns. It's just week after week, it's a different guy making plays and making the big time plays. Seattle's not there yet. Geno is not the answer. I'm sorry, but lightning will not strike twice in the same place, and it hasn't. Geno has not had the season he had last year. This year, he's been playing pretty bad. I mean, he made some good throws, but he's been playing relatively subpar this year. And Kenneth Walker
Agreed.
is the only reason the Seahawks are in the position they were in. So
And not
I
having
just think
him, their
Seattle's got a
offense
lot of work to
was
do.
reared its ugly head when Walker wasn't playing on Thursday.
Yeah, and Seattle's they still got a lot to do. Like, offensive line absolutely stinks. They can't protect nobody. And the defense is playing their butts off, but at the same time, if you're on the field with guys like McCaffrey and Debo and Kittle, and you're going to get torched. You play with fire, you're tempted to get burned, and that's exactly what happened to him.
Exactly.
But I will also say Seattle might find their way out of a playoff spot with these next 4 games because looking at the schedule, it's pretty brutal for them. They played us Thursday night. They got Dallas on Thursday. Then they're back at San Francisco the next Sunday. Then they're at Philadelphia the week after that. So that's possibly 3 straight losses. Whereas the Packers got a relatively easy schedule. They might fuck around and end up in the wild card, and Seattle might get dipped out of the wild card.
Yep.
It's very well possible if Seattle don't win some.
Yeah, let's go Seattle.
That's right.
Only reason because I hate the Packers. Let's talk about some stats real quick. Look at this disparity. Look at this. Yeah, look at this disparage here on this. Total yards, 377 to 220 in favor of San Fran. Rushing yards, 169 to 88.
Oof.
Almost double. And in passing yards, 208 to 132 in favor of San Francisco.
Wow.
Insanity.
Very, very interesting point you brought up there, Kevin, because not only does Seattle have a tough 4-game stretch, but after they play Seattle on Thursday, Dallas has a tough 4-game stretch. They host Philadelphia, go to Buffalo, go to Miami, and then play host against Detroit.
Yikes. Brutal all the way around it.
Let me just say something real quick about you fucking Cowboys fans. If you know what's good for you, I know we ain't even got it. If you know what's good for you, you need to be 49er fans this week because you got an opportunity if we beat Philadelphia and y'all beat Philadelphia the next week, you're looking at Dallas could possibly be first in the division. So if I were you, I would shut the fuck up with all the hating. And just because we beat your ass, you need to be pulling for us to beat Philadelphia's ass. So you got a chance to win the damn division. They ain't got to go on the road 3 straight times or whatever in the playoffs if you're Dallas. But all those teams you mentioned all have brutal schedules. The 49ers are currently in their brutal part of the schedule. Surprisingly, thank God we're fully healthy. But, I mean, even Philadelphia, they just come off of playing Kansas City, then Buffalo, and then off a short week, basically, with the overtime, playing San Francisco, then Dallas, then Seattle, like that. And Seattle's got their brutal game. Then Dallas got their brutal part of the schedule. It's just like a 4-way free-for-all, beat each other up on the schedule type of schedule for these 4 playoff teams. It's brutal.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I'll say one thing real quick, too, before we move on. Can we stop praising the Cowboys for 1 second? Because who are they beating? Nobody. Until you beat teams that are above 500, then come to me and say that, oh, our team is so good. They have a chance to be Super Bowl contenders. Your candy asses will be sitting on the couch come January. You will not make it to the NFC Championship game again.
No. They're literally the Miami Dolphins of the NFC. You beat up on bad teams, and when the shit gets going good, you get your ass spanked. Philadelphia spanked that ass. The San Francisco 49ers walked all over that ass, 42-10. Let go beat Seattle. Go beat Seattle. That's a start. Seattle's not the 49ers or the Eagles, but go beat Seattle, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. Then go beat Philadelphia. Then we'll discuss that. Until you do that, there's nothing to brag about. You're beating up on bad teams.
Exactly.
Okay, moving on from that is the Black Friday game. We had the Dolphins beat the Jets, of course, 34-13. Not shocked.
I got one thing to say on this game real quick. The gift that keeps on giving, and that is the New York Jets. 2012, the butt fumble. 2023, the 99-yard pick six. That's it.
Yeah, I got something to say about this Black Friday game.
Oh, here we go.
And I quote, extra, extra, read all about it. The Jets Jets are trash. Trash. Extra, extra. I mean, come on. Even if, and notice I say if, not when, even if the Jets get Aaron Rodgers back this year, they're still going to be trash.
Yep. You know why? Because that offensive line is trash.
Yep, just like the Panthers O-line.
Yeah, pretty much. Then finally we get into the Sunday games where we had the Falcons beat the Saints 24-15. Of course, big like we mentioned earlier, Chris Olave injured in that game with a concussion. So bad game for them.
Real quick, and I know we're probably going to get into this more as the playoffs get closer, but it just blows my mind that somebody from the NFC South is going to host a playoff game come January. It blows my mind. Because that division is god freaking awful.
Not just that, gentlemen, but it's also tank division.
Don't even get me started on that division.
God awful.
Okay. Then we also had the Steelers squeak by the Bengals 16-10. Of course, the Bengals without Joe Cool.
I'm telling you what, now that Joe Burrow's out for the rest of the year, the Bengals, they're not going to be heavy favorites anymore.
No.
I mean, this division has now officially become Baltimore's division to lose.
Exactly.
Hands down.
Yes, it is. And then we also had the Jags beat the Texans 24-21.
Good game.
Yeah,
Yes.
Great game.
Very good game. And also, C.J. Stroud broke the record for the most passing yards by a rookie quarterback in 11 games.
I believe it.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it was 283 yards is what he needed to break the record. And
He definitely got that one.
He
Oh,
threw
he
no
definitely
pick.
got that.
He threw no picks too. He did not throw a single pick in that game. It was 26-36 for 304, 2 touchdowns. Only one interception for Trevor Lawrence, but he threw for 364 on 23 of 38.
Good numbers by both QBs.
Heck yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And then we
But it stinks in the fact though that the game had to end with one of the most simplest noises in all of professional football.
Doink.
A doink.
I know all about that too well.
Cody Parkey thanks you.
Cody Parkey.
I'm glad we don't have that piece of human fucking garbage in our fucking team.
Hey, at least Cody Parkey wasn't like what happened to Amendola the other day. I don't think we got to it, but after that missed field goal, the Texans have released Matt Amendola of his duties.
Oh my god.
Brutal.
Oh God.
Awful. Awful.
The Colts beat the Bucks 27-20. Of course, Baker Mayfield injured during that game.
Yep.
No ETA on when he'll be back, if he'll be gone long. So, and then of course, the most exciting game of the week: the Giants barely squeaking by the Patriots 10-7.
Oh my God.
This was the dumpster fire game of the week.
Are you sure?
Awful.
Are you sure about Monday?
Freaking awful. Both these teams should be either given timeouts or given year-end suspensions for being so freaking awful.
Hell no! Both of these teams need to pay their fucking punter like a starting NFL quarterback as many times as they had to boot the damn football. Yeah, if you're already gonna put Mac Jones on the bench, you might as well give his salary to the fucking punter. Jesus Christ! Same with the Giants. Pay the damn punter. That's the third game this season where that poor punter had to punt. Going back to the Jets game, he punted a damn 20 times, it seemed like. So if you're Banner folks and you're in Vegas, I take the over on punts anytime the Giants play. Because that's what you're going to get.
We had ourselves a dose of the Jones players bullshit last night. Mac Jones and Daniel Jones.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
And of course, the Titans beat the Panthers.
Wow.
Titans beat the Panthers 17-10, which led to the firing of Frank Reich, Josh McCown, and nobody named the boss. So there you go. There's that for you. 1-10. Good job, Panthers.
Good job. You suck.
Speaking of another team that sucks, the Cardinals lost to the Rams 37-14.
Yikes.
Kyler Murray has come crashing back down to earth.
Yeah,
Just like his console.
Yeah, it's cause he had the red ring of death came to life for him.
Yep.
Yeah, he got the red ring of death just like the Xbox.
Oh Jesus.
The Broncos beat the Browns 29-12.
Congratulations, Denver. You don't suck anymore.
You know what? The only reason they're 5-0 right now, the only reason they won the past 5 games is because they had Lucha Libre Wrestling beforehand in that first game, and Mystico, the legend, brought them good luck.
And the fact that Sean Payton finally sat down and said, you know what, Russell Wilson? It's no longer let you cook. Motherfucker, you're not going to cook the whole damn dinner. You're just going to bring the appetizer. You're no longer allowed to cook. What I mean by that is Russell Wilson's only throwing for like 150, 160 yards, but he's not throwing picks, which is the big thing. Not turning the ball over, letting your running game and your defense working. Who would have thunk it? Talk about the Broncos defense being elite after giving up 70 to the Dolphins. Well, that must have woke them the hell up. And Vance Joseph said, get the fuck up and let's play ball. Because the Broncos defense has been elite the last 6 or 7 games.
And
very good.
Record-wise, they're back up to 6-5. They're doing pretty decent.
Yeah. And I seen I seen a stat the other day from Red Zone that said, would the Eagles win? Well, the Eagles were losing at the time. So he said if the Eagles went on to lose, the Broncos would have officially been the hottest team in football at a 5-game winning streak. That's crazy.
Crazy.
The Broncos seem to trade their flat tires in for a brand new Ferrari at this point.
Pretty much.
Yeah, maybe they'll get double discounts this holiday because of that reason.
Nice segue.
Oh no, I was just good. Yeah, 31-17. Chiefs beat the Raiders.
Yikes. Yeah. Mahomes and them finally woke up in that game. But it was the Raiders.
Yeah, it took them at least till the second quarter.
Yep. And then we had the probably the best game of the week, truly, and that was the Eagles and the Bills.
Yes.
It was 37-34. Eagles moving to 10-1.
And they're the first team to clinch a playoff spot.
Yep.
And Josh Allen.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Kevin. Here we
I
go.
said, I'm sorry, but this is not impressive for the Philadelphia Eagles. This is the fourth game in a row that these guys have trailed by double digits. Yes, they're finding ways to win. Yes, they're being clutch. But sometimes that shit runs out, man. Like, you can't always just slowly come back and, boom, I'm playing the Washington Commanders. I forgot. It's 17-0. Bam, now it's 24-17. You start playing good teams, that shit ain't gonna happen. If you get to playing the Dallas Cowboys, I hate to say it, but if they get you down, you're not gonna do that on them. You play the 49ers, if you get that down, you're not coming back. Just be thankful the refs have bailed you out for 2 weeks in a row.
And can I just say that officiating this past Sunday was horrible.
Awful. It was pure awful. There was a horse collar that wasn't called and eventually was called for intentional grounding. What the fuck? So I'm not going to call it, but as soon as Josh Allen throws it away, flag, intentional ground. Come on, man. These refs have been on the Philadelphia Eagles, Kansas City Chiefs literally all season. I don't understand. It's ridiculous. Something needs to be done. This officiating is horrible.
That was the worst officiated game of the year, by far. Awful.
It's like Chris Paul and that official who keeps.
Yeah, Scott Foster. Yeah, it's like Chris Paul. It's like if you're the away team. It's like the away team. Anybody who's playing Philadelphia Eagles is Chris Paul, and the officiating is Scott Foster. You're always going to get ejected or flagged or some other bullshit.
You get a flag, then you get a flag, then you get a flag. Everybody gets a flag.
Speaking of that, I haven't been on real quick. I know we're talking NFL, but we got to go back to the NBA real quick because that is ridiculous. Scott Foster gave him a double technical for no fucking reason.
No reason. And someone said it has to do over his son, over Chris Paul's son. I said, what? But I know this is taking a turn in the left field, but Stephen A. Smith is right. Scott Foster has been anything but professional. And as much as you don't like Chris Paul, nobody likes Chris Paul, you're still a referee and you're official first. You need to be professional. Put your feelings about whatever you got going on to the side. And because you're not, I think the league should crack down and not let Scott Foster officiate another fucking game that Chris Paul is involved with.
Agree.
That's just my 2 cents.
Agree.
Yep, agree. All right, back to the football. The Ravens beat the Chargers 20-10 on the Sunday Night Football there. And then on Monday nights.
Yawn,
but the Bears still win, so happy day.
Oh, good for you.
Good for you, sir.
Hey, at least I'm not your favorite team, Steven.
That's right.
Hey, look, we kicked 3. Look, at least our kicker kicked 4 successful field goals. I'll take that over doink, 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 and doink.
And at least
Yeah, tell them it could be like the Giants. It could be punt. Instead, it was kick. That's the better thing. That'd be better.
And at least you'll take that over
You're
having
putting
9 points.
I'll take that over having 9 points, and I'll take that over freaking losing to Green Bay. And look, Minnesota had a bad game, and I'll say that much. If Dobbs and company were on point and Justin Jefferson was cleared last night, it would have been a different game. We would have been blown out. But because Justin Jefferson didn't play and Dobbs had an off night, I think it was the perfect time for us to do something. And we hit the game winner. That's all that matters. The Bears won. It was a good win for us, our divisional rivals. So whatever, sucky game or not.
Yep. Yeah, but you got to credit Chicago's defense with Montez Sweat. The addition of him, they played a good game. They sacked Little Bill 4 to 5 times. They were all in the backfield.
Little Bill
made Little Bill look horrible.
The good news is with their defensive takeaway, they got me a free appetizer from Buffalo Wild Wings. So there you go.
Nice.
Hey, there you go.
There you go.
People in North Carolina won't never see because Carolina can't even fucking give away their own football. They need to give away. They need to have a giveaway for their owner. Okay, next time we get an interception, we'll give away the owner.
Speaking of Carolina Panthers, I'm not sure if any of y'all heard word, but apparently word is going around that NFL on Fox analyst Greg Olson could be interested in the Panthers head coaching job.
Oh, God bless him.
Stop it, fucking stop it right fucking now. What have we learned with the Indianapolis Colts and Jeff Saturday? Just because he's an all-time team great doesn't mean he needs to be a fucking head coach. I mean, come on. What did we learn, Indianapolis? I mean, Frank Reich should have told him about it. Hey, when they fired me, they brought some jabroni in because he's in the Ring of Honor. What did we learn? Stop it. Stop it right now. Just because, let me guess, Cam Newton's going to call plays from the Gatorade, going to pass out water bottles, and Steve Smith's going to call an offense just because he's a team legend doesn't mean he deserves a head coach.
Is Luke Kuechly going to be the linebackers coach for the Panthers?
You know what? That makes my list. On First Take every Wednesday, Mad Dog Russo has a segment called "What Are You Mad About?" Mad Dog, this is mine. This is what I'm mad about. Greg Olson does not need to be a head coach. Oh, Jesus Christ! Come on, what are we doing? What are we doing? You know what? Let them know if they're that desperate. I'm interested in being the head coach. Then, since you're just giving out people jobs, give me one up there. I would go coach that team.
If that's the case,
then sit on my damn couch.
If that's the case, then my buddy Bo Moore should be the coach of the freaking Commanders. Come on, Bo.
Stop it. What are we doing? NFL, what are we doing?
Oh, God, I can't breathe.
Come on, Ezra. You know you want to be the coach of the Chicago Bears. Come on. You know you want to do it.
Yeah, I could definitely coach better than that dumb motherfucker, Matt Eberflus.
You know what? Matter of fact, no. I don't know if y'all remember this game.
Matt Eberflus was like a fucking crime boss from The Godfather or something.
No. Let me tell you something. I don't know if you remember this game, but I would make a good head coach because if y'all remember the game back in Thanksgiving of, I think, 2013 maybe, when Mike Tomlin got in the way of a punt return, that's going to be
I
me. I would just walk out on the field and trip the returner. That would be me as a coach. Come on, what are we doing, NFL? What are we doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, the hilarity continues because joining us live from wherever the hell he is, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. HJM, the host of Smoking in the Bay, and of course Station Night Fights, the one, the only Hijacker Mike. What's up, brother?
What's up, y'all? What's going on?
What's good?
Where you at, man? You at the cigar lounge?
Yeah, I'm sitting in the lounge because I can't stand outside for this session because it is now starting to get dark and you guys will just see probably my teeth.
Yeah.
It'd be like a Pittsburgh Steelers
Bad
helmet.
joke. Bad joke.
It would be like it would be like a Steelers helmet.
Yeah, and it's pretty funny, like a Las Vegas home crowd.
Nice. Nice, man. Well, it's good to have you on. Let's go ahead and get to the picks. Joey, you had
Go for it.
last week.
I do have some numbers real quick.
While he pulls that up, by the way, great episode this past week of Smoking in the Bay, Hijacker.
Appreciate you, man. I just released. You talking about last week's or today's?
Last week's. I did not watch today's yet.
Gotcha. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, that was a Black Honey. That is a limited release cigar that gets released. Actually, it was released in 2015, again in 2017, and then this year it was not us, but La Comina Warped Black Honey was released.
Yeah.
In 6 years.
Nice.
Yeah. All right,
Oh, man.
Joey, what's those numbers, brother?
Very well sought out.
I'm still trying to catch my breath after that hilarious laugh from just a few minutes ago.
All right. There we go. Looks like I froze up a little bit on you. Did you guys catch any of that?
Yeah,
we did.
we caught it.
Yep.
Okay.
We gotcha.
But yeah, the numbers from last week, drumroll please. Hey, Steven, we need a drum roll. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But the winners from last week's pick segment are Steven and Ezra. Both finishing with records of 10-6 last week.
Not bad. Not
Okay.
bad.
I came in third place with a record of 9-7, and Kevin rounded out the bottom of the list, going 8-8.
And I'll throw in there, I was 10-6 as well last week.
Very nice.
Yep.
All right. Let's get
Moving
right
on.
into it, guys. And this week's schedule is gonna be pretty good. And we started off with our Thursday game, which of course is the Seattle Sea Chickens taking on the Dallas Cowgirls.
I'll start this one out. I'm going to go with the Cowboys in a rout. I'm going to go Dallas 34-17.
34-10, Cowboys.
Well, yeah.
27-10, Dallas.
I would say is
All right, Dallas 28, Seattle 17.
I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going to go Seattle with the upset. Short week. Give me Seattle 27-24.
Okay.
Yeah, see, technically, Seattle's playing on a week's notice since they played last Thursday.
Nope.
30-10 Cowboys for William.
All right, cool. All right, first Sunday game. Chargers taking on the Patriots in Foxborough.
Okay, Chargers, do
On.
not let me down. Do not let me down. Of course, they probably will. But give me the Chargers anyways. I'm going to go with the Chargers 20-7.
Give me the Chargers 28-10.
I don't feel good about this because the Chargers are the most fucking mid team of all time with a 500 record. I'm going to go to Chargers in a very ugly game, 16-7.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay.
I'll take the Chargers 24-13 against New England this week.
Okay.
All right.
27-10 William for the Chargers.
Okay.
And I'm going to go the Chargers with somewhat the same mindset as Kevin. I think it's going to be an ugly game. But give me the Chargers in this one. I'm going to go 22-13.
Ooh, a little bit of an odd score. Okay.
Yeah, it works. The Lions go to the Bayou to take on the Saints.
Give me the Lions in a blowout. This is going to be the revenge game for Detroit. I'm sure they are heavily pissed off after that loss to Green Bay on Thanksgiving. So give me the Lions down in the Bayou in a massive blowout. I'm going to go 34-7.
I'll go one number higher, 35-7 Detroit.
I'll actually go a little lower to you, Joey. 30-7.
Yeah, I'm going to go Detroit 28-12.
Okay.
And I got Detroit 21-9.
Okay.
35-17 William has Detroit.
Okay. All right. Falcons take on the Jets.
Oh,
This is-
God.
This is going to be the yawn game of the week.
Give me the Falcons. Give me the Falcons 17-10.
Give me the Falcons. You know what? I probably shouldn't even say it.
Go for it.
Go for it. Make it real.
Give me the Falcons in a field goal game. That's right. I'm calling it a field goal game. There's gonna be 9 field goals kicked in this game.
9?
15-12 Falcons.
No safeties.
No.
Give me Atlanta. I'm gonna go Atlanta. I'm gonna go 17-9.
Okay.
You know what? I'm going to go Atlanta, but it's going to be a funky game. I think Atlanta wins this one 14-10. However, I believe neither quarterback throws for 130 yards. I think it's going to be one of them run, punt, and Atlanta gets two pick sixes.
William with the score. I love it. Falcons 3-2.
Nice.
Yeah. I'll take New York 24-17 over Atlanta.
Oh, going against the grain.
That's right, buddy.
Arizona Cardinals taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I'll go ahead and start this one off. Give me the Steelers to beat the Cardinals, which, by the way, before I give my score, big breaking news. Pittsburgh finally outgained their opponents in a game.
Oh, good. Good for them.
Finally. But yes, give me the Steelers in this one. I'm going to go 26-14.
I'm going to go with Pittsburgh as well. I'm going to go Pittsburgh 20-13.
Give me Pittsburgh 24-10.
Yeah, I got Pittsburgh. The first time since Matt Canada was there and gone, the Pittsburgh Steelers scored 400 yards of offense. I think it continues. I got Pittsburgh 33-21.
Okay.
And I'll roll up with Pittsburgh 31-13.
Okay.
That's correct. Really?
23-17. Pittsburgh for William.
Okay. Next one. Miami Dolphins take on the Washington Commanders.
Yikes. Warning. Warning. Ass-kicking alert. Ass-kicking alert. Give me Miami to absolutely destroy the Commies. 45-6.
I'm going to go 34-13. Miami.
Give me Miami 33-15.
Okay.
Well, scratch that. 45-10. Miami.
I cannot believe I'm about to say this.
Don't do it.
I cannot believe I'm about to say this.
He's about to do it.
Against my favorite team. Give me the Dolphins in a freaking ass blowout. Give me the Dolphins 49-9.
I thought you were fixing to pick your team.
Heck no. I got enough football. I got more football smarts than that. Come on.
Well, that's good to know. Come on.
Well, Washington will show up in this game, but it's not going to be enough at home. They lose to Miami 24-17.
Whoa, he's
40-17 Miami for William.
Okay. Next game is a team that'll probably be coached by Greg Olson. The Carolina Panthers. Taking on the Tampa Bay Bucks.
This game belongs in the fucking trash. Give me Tampa Bay. Give me Tampa Bay 17-3.
Give me Tampa Bay 24-0.
Oof. A shutout, a goose egg.
A really bad quarterback versus a really bad quarterback, and I got Tampa in this one with their backup quarterback 13-0.
I honestly wish this score would be possible. Although this isn't my real score, I would say the Buccaneers are going to win this one 20-1. But seeing as how I can't have a final score of 1, give me the Bucks in this one 20-2.
18-3 Tampa Bay for William.
Okay.
Logical.
All right.
And I got Tampa Bay 17-6.
Wow.
Okay. All right. Next game. Cleveland Browns taking on the Rams.
Where at, Ezra?
It's going to be
Cleveland.
in LA.
Oh, in LA. Oh, yeah. Give me the Rams. Give me the Rams in this one.
Ezra.
Huh?
I think he skipped a couple of 1 o'clock games.
No, I didn't. Oh yeah, I did. Denver and Houston.
Ooh, now this is a tough one.
You know,
This one
that's
could
the only
be
one.
tough.
That's the only one I missed. Was
What
Denver?
about the Colts and the Titans?
He missed that one too as well.
They don't matter.
I can't. You know what? Which one are we picking? Houston and
Yeah, Houston and
Denver.
Denver
Houston,
first.
Denver
I
first.
cannot believe if you would have told me preseason, I think I was high and outside my mind. But this is going to be a good game with the Houston Texans and the Denver Broncos. I think Denver wins this 24-21. Broncos country, let's ride.
Oh,
You know what? Give me the Broncos as well. Give me the Broncos as well. Give me this. You know what? I'm going to go 27-24.
Ooh, good score. Good score.
give me the Texans. Give me the Texans on a game-winning field goal, 26-24.
You know what? I'm gonna go with the Texans as well. I'm gonna go with Houston 28-24.
I got some idea the one time. Yeah,
I got Denver 23-21 here in this showdown in Houston.
Okay.
Okay, let's go back to the Colts and the Tennessee Titans real quick. That one I'm gonna go with. It's gonna be tough. No Jonathan Taylor. Give me the. Still don't trust Tennessee though. Give me the Colts. Give me the Colts 17-13.
28-20 for William on Houston.
Okay.
Give me Tennessee. Go ahead.
I was like, give me the Colts. Zach Moss filled in great for the first 5 weeks that Jonathan Taylor wasn't there. I don't think it'd be no different. Tennessee's a shit show, and the Colts got a good defense. Give me the Colts 20-14.
Okay.
Steven, did you give your pick?
Not yet. I'm going to go with the Colts as well. I'm going to go Indianapolis 23-16.
I got Tennessee 17-10 over Indianapolis this weekend.
Okay.
I'm actually going to side with Hijacker on this one. I think the Titans are going to do just enough to get the job done.
Ooh, okay.
Give me the Titans 17-13.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
And William. Colts 24-10.
Okay.
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 Now we can go back to the Browns and the Rams.
Yep. Give me. That's a tough one, but you know what? Give me the Rams on this one. Give me the Rams in this one. 26-20.
Give me the Rams in this one as well. I'm going to go LA 24-17.
Yes, give me the Rams only because of where it's played. Because you notice Cleveland is two different teams. When they play in Cleveland, they're a playoff team. When they play elsewhere, they absolutely suck. So give me the Rams in this one, 23-21.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to go just about that same score, but I'm going 26-21 Rams.
Give me the Rams 28-24 at home over Cleveland.
Okay.
And now, fellas, the true game of the week.
Well, hold on, Steven, did you give your score on that one?
Browns 27-20 for William.
All right. Kevin,
I gave mine as well. LA 24-17.
Kevin, you got to run, right?
The what?
You got to run, right?
Oh, I got a few more minutes.
Okay, then we only got 3 games left, so.
But yes,
Okay,
the
I
true
could
game of the
finish it out.
week. Let's get to it.
Yep, the 49ers heading to Philly to take on the Eagles.
You talk about a slobber knocker. By God, King, that's a slobber knocker.
Give me this one. I'll take this one. Give me as much. It's gonna be a tough one, man. But give me the 49ers in this one, and it's going to be a close game. It is going to be 38-34.
You know what? I'll go and take the reins on this one. I think that the 49ers offense is definitely better than the Philadelphia's offense. My personal opinion, especially with what we've seen the past few weeks. But I think this is going to be a defensive battle. I think this is going to be a battle of the two elite team defenses. I think it's going to be very close. It's going to come down to a freaking nail biter. Give me the 49ers in this one. I'm going to go 25-23.
Ooh, that's an interesting score.
I got a similar score to yours, Joey. I think everybody talks about how Philly's defense has took not about 4 but 5 steps back from last year, and they've been getting gashed. I think they step up because of the emotional mentality they have on this game. I mean, it's a big game. Everybody knows that. That's the 2 best teams in the whole NFL, not just the NFC. Like that, It's clear cut 1 and 2. And basically, what's at stake is bragging rights. Like, hey, you want to come to the link or you want to come to Santa Clara for the NFC Championship game, essentially. So I think this is going to be a defensive slugfest. I think there's going to be sacks from both sides, like all over the place. I think San Francisco pulls it out, and not a game-winning drive, but I think they pull it out 27-24, and I think Jalen Hurts finally gets stopped on 4th and 1 to end the game and turn the ball back over.
I like Kevin's thinking on this. I think San Francisco is going to use a lot of motivation, to fuel, this as the revenge game. Because as we all know, if they stayed healthy in that championship game, they probably were going to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. This time we have a quarterback that's going to be able to play after one play.
Give me San Francisco. I'm going to go San Francisco in a almost similar score as Kevin. I'm going to go 27-23.
Yeah, almost same similar score to me.
Yeah, I'm against the grain. Give me Philly 35-31.
Wow. And William has he has the Eagles 31-30.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's move on to Sunday night at the Cheesehead Factory.
That's right. Kansas City heading to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Give me Kansas City in this one. Fuck the Packers. Fuck the Cheeseheads. Fuck Lambeau Field. I am taking the fucking Kansas City Chiefs in this one. Give me this one 30. Give me this one 31-17.
You know what, Ezra? That's the same score that I had. 31-17 Kansas City.
Chiefs 34-14.
I got Kansas City 41-27 on this one. High scoring game.
Ooh, going high.
Yeah, I'm going the exact opposite. I'm going Kansas City because their defense is the best unit on that team right now. I'm going Kansas City 24-6.
Ooh. I was opposite.
I was originally gonna go like 37-3 or some shit, but I had to be realistic on that. But Williams score on that game?
They the Swifts.
Okay. All right.
31-17.
Okay, cool.
Same score.
Yeah, last but not least, Monday Night Football down in Jacksonville.
Monday Night Football, yes, it's going to be the Bengals heading to Tony Montana's fortress to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Con!
All right, give me the Jaguars in this one. If Joe Burrow would have been playing in this game, it probably would have been a different story. But give me the Jaguars to close out my predictions for this week. I'm going 27-13.
I'm going to go to a similar score. You know what? I'm gonna go with the Jaguars as well, but a point higher, 28-13.
Give me the Jags in this one, 28-20.
Ooh, okay.
Yep.
I'll go with Jacksonville 21-17 in this Monday Night Footballer.
All right.
Where are they playing at? They in Cincinnati or
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville. Okay. Before I mention my score, I'd like to bring up a funny thing. Don't blink now, but the current playoff picture has the Jacksonville Jaguars as the current number 1 seed in the AFC,
Isn't that crazy?
tied
Wow.
with the Ravens as a 2 seed, but
That's
because of
crazy.
strength of schedule,
Wow.
something like that. That's insane. That just tells me one thing, that the AFC was fucking overrated as fuck, like everybody was talking about this year. Oh, the AFC, yeah. But anyway, give me Jacksonville in a blowout. I think Cincinnati doesn't even get close. Give me Jacksonville 28-13.
Interesting.
24-10 Jacksonville for William.
All right. And that concludes our scores that concludes our scores for the week. Kevin, I know you got to run. Thank you for joining us, man. We appreciate it as always, brother.
Yes, sir.
Great job, bro.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good one.
All
Enjoy
right,
some
you too,
good
man. Take it
football this
easy.
weekend.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right. Peace, guys.
Peace.
Better, Kev.
And of course, that was our picks for the week. Hijacker. Man, we've been talking a lot of different stuff about all the different things going on right now. Of course, we talked about at the beginning of the show, kind of briefly mentioned it, the return of CM Punk at Survivor Series this past Sunday in the Windy City, Chicago, at the Allstate Arena. Give us your take on that for real quick while we're on the subject.
I'm just going to say one thing. I cried. What's that?
I was in the car in the parking lot of my job, screaming my head off, watching it on my phone.
No, dude, it was cool to see him back. Hopefully this time around things won't go awire or whatever like it did 10 years ago at the end of his first tenure with WWE. But
yeah,
I'm interested to see what was going on with Seth Rollins on the off cameras recording from the crowd. I am interested to see if this is a work or if he's truly genuinely upset with Punk's return because of what happened before he left the company and then went into AEW. A few things looked similar to his end run in WWE and AEW. So it's good to see him back. I'm glad to see him back. He's got some new blood to go up against. So this should be an exciting, probably what we'd probably say final run for him. Depends on how long he plans to run with us in this.
Yeah, and plus, I mean, you got Orton, who came back on Saturday night in Chicago, and Orton looked fantastic. I mean, dude is just jacked and just fired up, ready to be back in the ring. And last night, he got a great reaction when he came out in Nashville and cut the promo, and just so happy to see Orton back on our screens, and that he's healthy and happy to be back in the ring and wrestling again, and hopefully he can stay healthy.
What was it, a year and a half he was out almost?
Yep, year and a half.
Yeah.
And see, and Hijacker, going back to what you said about the whole Seth Rollins being upset at CM Punk, based on what he has said during podcasts and interviews, and based on what he said at the live event, I think this is actually something real, because there were reports when Punk was still in AEW that Punk and Rollins were going head-to-head in a huge social media war. Preferably, I think it was on Twitter, I think it was.
Yeah, they were trading bars back and forth on Twitter and all that stuff. But you never know. You never know with this type of stuff. They could be working us. It could be something legitimate. Who knows? To us as fans, we shouldn't have the right to know. It should be able to blur the lines of
And I'll
case
say as well, to add to this, can we stop with these fucking reporters? Because guys like Sean Ross Sapp, who are getting just murdered on social media, because when you look at, like, he's a reporter and he's getting killed on social media because he didn't have the scoop. What is wrong with being a fan? At the end of the day, we are fans. What happened? Like, when we were on Zoom watching Survivor Series, when that music hit, we were all legitimately surprised. Like, that took me back, 20, 25, 30 years ago, wrestling, being a wrestling fan and being a fan of this sport, for 20 some odd years, and being legitimately surprised, because having that element of surprise that was the coolest factor again. And when a surprise is done right, like with The Rock, in Denver this year on SmackDown, I was totally surprised because I wasn't on social media. And, obviously he was with McAfee all day that day, at his show. But when The Rock came out that night, I was surprised. And when Punk came out on Saturday night in Chicago, I was totally surprised. Like, I did not have him, in my mind going, oh, I know they're in Chicago, but I thought in my mind, for real, I thought Punk was not showing up. And he did. And it was just shocking. And, I mean, who would have thought that CM Punk would end back up in the place that he used to work in, from 06 to 2013, 2014. And now that he's back, let's just hope that, he can, I understand that Punk is an honest guy. Let's just hope that he can, try to maintain himself and don't let, the little things bother him and, get too outspoken. Because I understand, why he felt the way he felt in AEW as far as that's what led to his departure. But at the same time, I understand that he felt the way he did 2 years ago, or a year ago, excuse me, with the whole press conference at All Out in Chicago. I understand that. But at the same time, there is a way to handle your business and not out in the public eye and just raining down on your, on your coworkers and stuff.
And Steven, though, here's the thing, though. It's a complete different also set of, not only is it a completely different time period right now, what's going on, but also different bosses. You're talking about Tony Khan, who wants to make friends with everybody and doesn't really handle things the way they should, compared to Triple H, who will put that shit to rest immediately and say, hey, that's not good for business. That's not good for the brand. We need to look, there's many opponents who do not like each other, but work together for the sake of business. Sean and Brett is a prime example.
Yes.
Cena, Randy Orton.
Yeah, I don't want to get into a full wrestling tangent because I want to save that for the Nation's Corner. But I wanted to bring that up real quick with Hijacker. Hijacker also. Oh, wait, go ahead, brother.
Well, no, I just want to say, it was a great Photoshop photo of him and Triple H from Saturday night as well, too. So.
Yep.
But no, what's up real quick, man? Well, no, I just want to sit there and say, I know I haven't been on the show for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But I want to say that we're not done losing the A's, but we did get some great news. If you guys did get to catch Twitter today, we do have a brand new baseball team coming to Oakland starting 2024 in the PBL, the Pioneer Baseball League, called the Oakland Ballers.
Okay.
This is a new baseball team playing with the Pioneer League, which comes out of Utah as well. It's owned by one of the owners of the Oakland 68s, Jorge Leon, and Oakland rapper Mr. Fab, Mr. FAB. So if we do lose the Oakland A's, we have something to fall back on. And I have a feeling, keep an eye on this, I have a feeling the PBL Oakland Ballers will have a better attendance next year for games than the Oakland Athletics / Las Vegas Athletics.
That's interesting, and
interesting.
I'm very excited for that. I'm very excited,
and that's awesome. To have a backup plan in place just in case if you guys do lose the A's, and hopefully you don't. Hopefully these owners come to their senses, But if they don't, hey, at least you got a backup plan.
There's also news, I forget who it was, but there's also news that a big company in Las Vegas is getting ready to buy a chunk of an unknown name sports team. We kind of figure out and think who that might be. And if that's the case, then a big foot in John Fisher's ass for selling the team after taking them out of Oakland when there were plenty of suitors to buy them while they were or there still are in Oakland. But, gentlemen, I got to get ready to run because I got to get ready to start my shift here at the lounge.
Okay.
Thank you for letting me join you guys again. Like I said, I dropped a new episode of a cigar review today. Today I dropped My Father's Cigars, Don Pepin Garcia 20th anniversary stick. It is a high price stick, but check it out, see what I think of it, and form your own opinions for it. A $50 cigar, man.
Woo!
All right, Hijacker.
All right,
Hijacker.
All right,
Thank
gentlemen.
you for joining us again.
All right, brothers. I'll try to catch up with y'all
Take care,
again
bro.
next week, guys.
Yes,
all right,
sir.
y'all.
We'll do, brother.
Later.
Man. All right.
That was Hijacker Mike live from the Cigar Lounge. Of course, is where he works. Catch him out smoking the bay. Check it out on YouTube. That is Smoke, the letter N, THA, and BAY. Smoke in the Bay. Check that out on YouTube. Give him a follow at Mr. Mac, MESTA, MISTA, MACC. Follow him on Twitter as well. And
you know, real quick, you know the Nation's Corner is going to be hot and heavy on this Saturday night when they go live, talking about the fallout of Survivor Series and the return of Punk to WWE. Like, it's just even crazy, even saying that in a sentence, that CM Punk is back in WWE.
Yeah, and also we can't, like you said, we can't gloss over Randy Orton coming back, all the great matches on the card and all that, and that'll definitely, the Nation's Corner crew will be on that. But also, they got a guest this week as well, so it's going to be a very busy show. There's not going to be a lot of time, not going to be too much time to talk, but Nation's Corner does have a guest this week on their show, and that guest is, if I can pronounce his name right, Tony Landa, from the Atlantic All-Star Wrestling. He will sit down with the Nation's Corner to promote his match against Darian Hardway coming up on Christmas Beatings on December 9th. So that'll be on youtube.com/the Nation's Corner. Steven, you know the rest of the plugs.
Yes, I do. You can follow the Nation's Corner on Twitter at Nation's Corner. Everywhere else on YouTube, Instagram, and the Facebook machines, it is at the Nation's Corner. Catch the show live this Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central, 4 p.m. Pacific time.
Also, don't forget to check out last week's interview with 1/3 of the Iron Savages, none other than Bear Bronson, who was on the show last week as well, which was a great interview. So check that out as well. We had Bear Bronson and the Iron Savages from AEW on the show last week, so please check that out as well, and check out all the other shows in the archives. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about before we wrap it up for tonight?
I think I'm good.
I think I'm good too.
All right. Definitely, we want to say we hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. We hope you guys had Black Friday. Like I said, if you guys did some shopping, got your Christmas shopping done, we hope everything went well. You guys were safe. I know I went to Menards. I did Black Friday shopping there. First time I've done that in probably close to a decade. Had a great time, and it was a fun time. But but that's pretty much all I've got. Steve, let's go with Joey first. Final thoughts, brother.
Awesome show with you guys as always. I love being able to be on here week after week to talk sports with you guys. It's one of my favorite things to do in the world, and I really hope it doesn't end anytime soon, because this is one truly awesome experience, and I'm glad I get to be a part of it. I will say though, real quick, on Saturday, I will be at a very awesome kick-ass show, because at Hamlet Middle School, they are having a local wrestling event in which I will get to see a huge 6-man tag team main event match. It's going to be Team Pitbull, who will be teaming up with Mr. Number 1 NWA legend George South against the New Breed, and one half of the legendary tag team, the Rock and Roll Express, the one and only Ricky Morton.
Nice.
I am so looking forward to this show. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait for it.
And Ricky, I'll just say this real quick too, Joey, that Ricky is a super nice dude. Super nice guy.
I mean, yes, and me and my wife have VIP seating, so this Saturday night can't come any closer.
Should be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. And that's it for me. Peace.
All right. Steven, you know how to close it out, brother.
Yes, I do. Great show with you fine gentlemen, and a great job by Kevin as always here on the show. And by the way, that tirade on the Panthers was just absolutely glorious. And Also, shout outs to our very own in our crew front row and to Neil for being in Winston-Salem, North Carolina this past weekend for WrestleCade 2023 and going to the Super Show on Saturday and going to Ladies Night Out the next day. And also this past Friday, GCW had their show in Winston-Salem as a part of the weekend for WrestleCade. Really cool that GCW got to be involved in that, including the main event between Blake Christian and the one and only Billy Starks. Really cool that Billy got to be in the main event with Blake.
Also an appearance by Violent J of the Insane Clown Posse.
Yes.
Alley Cat and Effie.
Very cool. And Alley Cat, she is a badass and she's awesome. And of course, we can't forget about Nick Gage. Nick freaking Gage. Yes. And anytime he comes out to a ring with Metallica for Whom the Bell Tolls blasting over the speakers, you know it's a madhouse. And they had a good time this weekend down there at WrestleCade. The Hardy Boys wrestled. I would not be reminiscent if I didn't bring this match up. If you have not seen it yet, Speedball Mike Bailey and Andrade Anito had a hell of a match in Winston-Salem this past Saturday. Tore the friggin' house down. And can I just say that Speedball Mike Bailey might be the most underrated wrestler of the year? Because this man has been knocking it out of the park on the indies and also wrestling in Impact Wrestling, soon to be rechristened as TNA Wrestling. And Mike Bailey has had a great run this year in 2023. And he is one of the best wrestlers walking the face of this planet. And hope he continues to have great matches into 24. And just if you've never been to WrestleCade, it's an awesome experience. The meet and greets are fun. And getting to meet the wrestlers. And shout out to AJ Moore. He is one of the coolest dudes in the business as far as making paintings on wrestlers and stuff like that. If you want a custom painting, you can get made one by AJ as well. If he's at these conventions, whether it be in New York or in Chicago or Baltimore or, even in the Carolinas or Philadelphia or anywhere, go say hello to him. And he's an awesome dude. Awesome dude. And speaking of awesome, another great show with you guys. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Owen_Sports Show, Facebook.com/Nation Sports Show, and where we are live on YouTube.com/Nation Sports Show. And also, again, don't forget to follow the Nation's Corner on Twitter, everywhere else on the other platforms, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. It is at the Nation's Corner. Don't forget to check out the guys and gal this Saturday as they recap all of the wild, insane week in professional wrestling. And with that being said, thank you guys for another great show. And Ezra, wrap us up as you know how to do well, my friend.
Yes, we do. Thank you guys for joining us, everybody. Watching the show live and, of course, watching it on demand. We thank you guys for your support. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Don't forget to tell your friends, your family about this show and how fun it is and how loose it is compared to other shows. We love to continue bringing you the content that you want. Don't forget to follow our individual social medias, which will be in the description of this video as well as in the closing credits here in just a few seconds. Also, definitely want to give a shout out to I believe it was give a shout out to New Japan right now, who's currently doing their World Tag League tournament. So great teams going on right now. Team with Minoru Suzuki and Yuji Nagata, Monster Sauce, Alex Zane and Lance Archer. Of course, the Bullet Club War Dogs team of Coughlin and Gabriel Kidd, Bishamon, ELP and Hikuleo, and of course the Gate making their debut in New Japan from AEW, the Gates of Agony, Bishop Khan and Toa Leona. So check that out if you got New Japan World. Download the New Japan World app that's available on iOS, Android, and Google Play. Get all that. Enjoy some great pro wrestling from across the seas. Of course, don't forget to check out your local indies wherever support independent wrestling. Definitely. But great job talking to World Sports with our crew. So, with that being said, to end it, for Randy Gyron, for William, of course, who was in the chat tonight, for Kevin Rory, for Hijacker Mike, for Steve Wyan, and for Joey Thornton, I am Ezra Vickery. We will see you right here next week with another great edition of our Nation Sports Show. Take care, everybody. Have a great week. We will see you all next Tuesday for more sports. We appreciate it and enjoy the week. Peace.
Turn me up. Turn me up.